All right, let's have a look at this next one. This is 1706, question 8. Now, this does actually say equals 0. It does ask us to solve for x, but I'm going to start off by not doing that. And you'll notice that the x squared has a coefficient of 2. And this adds a little layer of complexity to the whole thing. So I'm going to show you how this plays out and the way we treat this. First and foremost, if we're just going to find the completed square of the expression. So we're going to do the whole thing in a moment and solve for it. But first of all, this first video I'm going to make on this particular one, just completing the square of the expression. So what we do is we say, well, that's going to equal, and I'm going to take the coefficient of this outside the bracket. And effectively, I'm going to factorize the whole thing. So I'm going to have, I'll put square brackets outside here, because I'm actually going to have round brackets inside. What times 2 makes 2x squared? Well, it's going to be x squared. I've got a plus. I'm going to say what times 2 makes 4x is going to be 2x. And of course, we're going to say what times 2 makes negative 3. And of course, that's going to be negative 3 on 2. There it is. In other words, if I was to go ahead and I was to multiply all this out, I would just end up with this thing here. So let's go ahead and now complete the square. So to do that, I'm going to keep the 2 here, brackets here, x squared plus the 2x. Now I'm going to expand this along just as we did before. So I'm going to put my minus 3 over 2 here. I'm going to add that b term, halve it, and square it. Now I'm going to subtract the b term. There it is, halve it and square it, and close the brackets. Notice the reason I got square brackets is because I got round or bendy brackets inside. Excuse me. Okay. Ugh, not very good. Not feeling too good today, folks. Sorry. Hopefully I'll be with you back at school as soon as I can. All right. So as before, I'll put the 2 here outside the brackets. This bit here is our completed square. And that bit there alone would be an x and a square. And this bit here, 2 on 2, is 1. So I'm going to put a plus 1 there. Done. Now this bit on the end here, I got minus 3 over 2 minus, well, 2 over 2 is 1. 2 over 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1 minus 1. Now this is where, by the way, if you're not really sure how to do this, just use your calculator. I mean, at the end of the day, it has to be right as well. So let's just go do that now. We've got 3 over 2. 1. Yeah, we've got a negative, negative 3 over 2 minus 1. And we get negative 5 over 2. Excuse me. So I've got 2 big brackets, x plus 1 all squared. And this is going to be minus 5 over 2. And that's really where we land. Except we've got to now resolve the fact we've got a 2 outside. So now I'm going to expand this out, multiplying this by all components. Now, you can't multiply it by each of the internal components here because it's a squared. All you can do is plonk the 2 in front of the bracket. So I got the 2, x plus 1 all squared minus. Now, of course, we can multiply that 2 by the 5 on 2. And if we multiply this by a 2, then we end up with, I'll show you, I'll just write it out like this and go like times 2. Well, the 2 divided by the 2 leaves us with the negative 5. So the answer is going to be a 2, brackets x plus 1, all squared, minus 5. Now, it also wants us to do it to 2dp. Oh no, we haven't solved it. Okay, all we've done is we just completed the square. In the next video, I will solve it, and we'll do it to 2dp as well. Hopefully, that's the answer you get as well, and hopefully that makes sense.